And if we're talking about the state of enlightenment, as they say, he went to these holy places and he got enlightened. You know what enlightenment actually looks like? When my daughter travels the world with me and now she can't talk to her classmates, the classmates she goes to school with. She just doesn't find them interesting, because if you've seen Europe and the States and Asia and you've been to all these countries and you've talked to all these different types of people, you come back and the people in your village only know their village and the village next to it. That's it. You just don't find them interesting. And that's why the people who went to Jerusalem, who worshipped the holy relics, they saw a couple of other countries while they were walking down to Jerusalem. When they came back enlightened compared to those who have only seen their village. This is what enlightenment looks like. So when a person who's traveled the world starts talking to someone who spent their entire lives in their hometown or in their native village, the village guy looks at this guy and he's like, oh my god, he must be from heaven, he's super cool. I either gotta kill him or I gotta keep talking to him because he's so interesting, depending on if it's a positive person or a negative person. And if you want to be young and you want to live a long life, you have to become experts that make a lot of money and that enjoy the process of making money. You gotta stay fit and you gotta eat right and you gotta watch the people around you more than you watch your food. And if the people around you are of a particular quality, this will give you the condition to develop. And you know what development gives you? Well, we'll look at a plane now, but this is a plane only in one state. When you acquire the new, you start interacting with the new and you become a part of this new. That's why if you pick a watch, a car, clothes, if you choose various accessories, you interact with the new and it changes you. Remember what I said, the people around you change you. And you know where you go if you interact with the world, if you're developing? Into the unknown. That's where you're drawn. You're always drawn to the unknown. And when there's something unknown and you can use this unknown, you fall in love with this unknown. We often fall in love with people, with cars, with dishes or restaurants, because they have something we haven't tried yet, but something we find appealing. Buildings, houses, pools, watches, new TVs, new gadgets, new planes. Don't give the type of novelty, they don't give the type of youth and longevity as travel does. If you enjoy traveling, if you're traveling the world, and if you travel right, if you travel in a conscious way, if you go to museums, if you take tours, if you understand the architecture of the place, if you know the sites and you know the history of the place you're visiting, and you look at the feelings you experience and you don't try to give this to others, you don't share your stories, you don't post things on Instagram or Facebook, you change your energy and the structure of your energy, and it makes you younger and creates the conditions if you don't boast and if you don't feel arrogant, and boasting and arrogance are things that destroy us. In this case, you start creating youth and longevity for yourself, even if you don't work on yourself too hard, because you bring the new into your life, and the new doesn't allow toxins in your body to accumulate. And if you intuitively experience the world, this allows you to find your position in the world, to know where you should be here and now at any time and space. And if you do everything right, you move towards the type of energy you should get, because the stages of life are based on certain levels and you should get certain vibrations from life. And if we find ourselves in places where we should be and we feel this intuitively, so you come to a city and you're like, it's so great here. And then you come to a different city and you feel depressed. And then you come back in a week and you're like, it's great actually. I remember when I came to Kiev, I really didn't want to go there. I come here and I feel like this is the best city in the world. And with time, I go to Moscow and I'm like, there's no amount of money that would bring me here again. But then I come back there and I'm like, it's such a cool town. And this is the way life works. So it feels like you're not ready for something, but it turns out that to enter 7th grade, you need to be in 6th grade, not in 3rd grade.